Hey guys, hope everybody's doing good this morning. Been a few weeks since I've done a video. I've been pretty sick up and down, and it's nothing crazy. It's like an upper respiratory deal, but it just caused me to cough and kind of lose my breath here and there a little bit. So, but I'm doing a lot better now, and I've already tried to shoot this video like 3 times, and I just keep coughing. So hopefully I can make it through this time. But yeah, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about something that's been going on in our world. It may be in yours, I don't know, but it's conflict. There's conflict all around me right now, and my wife and I are having some conflict. The last 3 weeks, it's just up and down, and it's nothing major, but it's just conflict, and that happens in marriages sometimes. But even some good friends of mine, they're having some conflict, and some other people I know, and really begin to seek the Lord on what's going on. Why is there so much conflict around us? What are we doing? And one of the things that he began to show me immediately was the parable of the reaper and the sower. And I was like, well, that's cool. Let's check that out. Nobody really tills the ground in the winter, right? Usually the winter is usually wet, and you don't want to till wet soil because it creates mud and it compacts. But God said that's exactly what He's doing right now. Is He's tilling the soil, and He's using conflict to do it. I was like, wow, okay. And He was showing me, the parable of the sower is the guy goes around, he throws seed on the ground, and some of it lays on the top of the ground, and the birds eat it and it goes away. Some of it goes and it falls on the rocky soil, and the rocky soil, it takes root, but it doesn't have a depth of soil, so as soon as something hard comes along, it dies. The sun scorches it and kills it. And that's kind of what the Lord was showing me, was that He's tilling the soil, and He's using conflict to do it in order to get the rocks that's up under the soil out. And those rocks are things that are keeping the new seed from being able to take a depth of root. Excuse me, guys. And in order to do that, it causes some discomfort, it causes some frustration, it causes a little bit of pain sometimes. But the conflict is allowing us to see the things that are in us that need to be pulled out in order for the new seed to sprout and grow, right? And it's uncomfortable, conflict's uncomfortable. I'm a big fan of conflict if it brings resolution. I think that's iron sharpening iron, right? Iron sharpening iron is a controlled movement. When you have conflict and it brings resolution, it's a controlled movement. Whenever, excuse me, whenever you have conflict that doesn't bring resolution and it just brings drama, or if it's just conflict for the sake of conflict, then that's drama, right? There's no reason for that. So, conflict with resolution is positive. Conflict just for the sake of conflict is drama, and there's no room for that in our lives. It just takes up mental capacity, energy that's useless. But as the Lord's beginning to till the soil, one of the things that happens is those rocks are exposed. Some of the rocks are at the top of the ground; those are fresh things. Some of the rocks are a little lower, and then some of the rocks have a depth to them, and you kind of got to dig those out. And those are the things in us that we may not even know are there, that are causing us not to be able to grow and prosper in the life that God's called us to live, and the calling that God's called us to live, right? And it's those things that happen in our childhood. It's those things that happen with our husband or a wife or a ex-spouse or a child, and it's those deep-rooted things, or those deep things that cause the roots not to be able to have a depth to them, and we don't even know that they're there. And it's that hardness, So, as God's beginning to till the soil with using conflict to do it, He's exposing those rocks, and He's giving us the opportunity to pull those out. And if you don't know it's there, you don't know to pull it out, right? You don't know that it's causing you to excuse me. You don't know that it's causing you to make those decisions that are bad, or you don't know that it's causing you to make those decisions that you normally wouldn't make, that are positive for your life. So, that's the big thing. Right now, iron sharpening iron. Iron sharpening iron is a controlled movement. You got to be controlled. You have to be mindful of the way that you're doing it. But whenever you start using uncontrolled movements to sharpen a blade, it causes damage to the blade, right? So when we're sharpening iron, when we're sharpening ourselves, we can admit that we're hurt, we're frustrated, we're anxious, we're whatever, and we can control those things and still allow ourselves to grow through them. And uncontrolled movement is allowing those things to speak for us and filtering everything through those actions and those emotions, and then we're uncontrolled, and all we're doing is hurting everybody around us, right, including ourselves. So in order to sharpen yourself, you have to have controlled movement. So I would encourage, feel the emotions, feel the anxiety, feel the stress, feel it, and acknowledge it, but don't allow it to make your decisions for you. Don't allow it to cause division between you and your spouse, or you and your friend, or you and your partner, or whatever it is. Allow those things to help you to grow and to prosper into a new level of trust. And the best way to trust something is to stand on it, right? You can say you trust a chair all day long, but until you put your butt in it, do you? So that's that same thing when it comes to the relationship with God and how we grow and how we prosper and how we see things happen. So I want to encourage all of us in that, and don't endeavor to have conflict just for conflict, but don't avoid it if it needs to happen. If it needs to happen, go ahead and have it. Rip the Band-Aid off. And we hear conflict like it's just this terrible thing, but it's really not if it brings resolution, because it creates peace. And blessed are the peacemakers. Well, sometimes it takes conflict to bring peace, and that just is what it is. Passively, aggressively, talking to people or harboring all that hurt, and it causes resentment. One of the fruits of hurt is insecurity, and as you get hurt, you begin to get more insecure about the things around you and about the people around you. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. One of the biggest fruits of hurt is insecurity, and you begin to operate out of that insecurity, but really it was a root of hurt, right? And if you don't deal with that hurt and that insecurity, you'll begin to rule your life, and you'll make decisions based on it, based out of it. So anyway, guys, y'all pray for me to get over this craziness, and just excited for the new year coming up, and excited for this past year. It was a good year, and I believe that all this conflict is going to bring some resolution, and the Lord's already said the seed is ready. As soon as the soil gets ready, the seed's ready. So let's see how it goes, guys. All right, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a good day.